Before we formally start our talk today, let's kick off this session with a sharing session by our sponsor. Please welcome Ms. Emily Ng from RDEX as a Regional Product Manager.
Hello, hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Emily. I'm from RDEX Quicksil, Singapore, but I'm Malaysian. I can speak Malay, Bahasa. Okay, basically for RDEX, we are a German-based company, and we are dealing with a chemical construction building material. And we actually have been, this year, we are celebrating 75 years for the whole RDEX group in Germany. Okay, and in Singapore, we actually, the presence in Singapore or Asia, Southeast Asia, it's almost 20 years. And in 2012, we actually acquired a company called Quicksil Singapore. It's a local company, and their focus is in the waterproofing chemical building material. And based on their expertise and the presence in Singapore is almost 40 years. So in total, we actually have 60 years, the presence in the Southeast Asia for RDEX Quicksil. So, but today's, I'm here to introduce the RDEX flooring system to all the audience here. So this is my profile. I've been in construction industry for almost 19 years. Okay, I joined RDEX in 2010, and this is my 14 years with the company. I actually am responsible for the business development and also the product management for the company. So today's, the agenda for this presentation will introduce a quick, brief introduction of the RDEX, and also the importance of the subfloor preparation, self-leveling and smoothing compound, followed by the flooring adhesive. And we do have a fast-track repair materials as well. And I will also cover some case study about the moisture barrel or moisture control system. Yeah. So basically, we are a German-based company, and the company was founded in 1949. And we have actually represented in over 50 countries. So under the RDEX group, we actually have more than 2,500 products worldwide. Okay, but today we will be just focusing onto the flooring product solution. So, and this will be the production facilities worldwide. And in Southeast Asia, we actually, or probably I would say in Asia, we do have we have 1, 2, 3, okay. We have actually 6 production facilities in Asia, in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Korea, Taiwan, and China. Okay, it's actually covered the Asia Pacific. So these are the 18 brands that is under the RDEX group. So each brand is actually focusing in a different product segment. For us, we are more into the flooring, waterproofing, tiling, repair, concrete repair, or civil engineering. Okay, so today's the topic will be all more focusing onto this essential subflooring preparation for the resilient floor. Okay, so when we talk about the resilient floor, the focus will be on the polymer floor, engineered that is to design for comfort, flexibility, and also hygiene. This will be actually, these are the product cover like a vinyl, rubber, cork flooring that will always have this more seamless surface and more flexibility that is suitable for like a healthcare, education, commercial, or even in this day, all the residential, they may opt for the LVT flooring instead of the tiles or any other finishing materials. So when we come about this flooring, if you don't have a good surface preparation, you will see all the failure or you will see all the unevenness on the surface. And if you do want to have this perfect floor covering installation, you need to have a very good surface flatness and smooth, or even the very good subfloor condition. Okay, so this is where Ardex Quickseal is here today. Okay, so I believe all of you here, you have handling the projects, or maybe I understand that there will be some student here also. So I think when we deal with the subflooring, I think we need to take a few consideration when we do the specification writing. And because if we don't indicate or highlight, you need a sound subfloor for your project. You may see all these condition, you know, the cracks. And if you're laying with an expensive finishing, the vinyl, and you will see the potholes, you know. And this will be some side problem after you have delivered the jobs to your client. So the key factors to consider before the resilient floor installation, this will be the 5 factors, okay. We will require a substrate flat, smooth, okay. And we also have to make sure all the contaminants must be removed, okay, because with this, it may affect on the adhesion, okay. And you need a firm and stable flooring. Usually, there will be a spec. With the concrete slab, you need probably 25 MPa at least, right? And the tensile strength of 1.5. Okay, so if there's any cracks, hole, you need to repair it with a repair mortar. Okay, if it's for the lightweight, you can actually use a repair mortar that is more, it is non-structural. But if you are going for like a factory, plant kind of industry, you may need to have more high-strength repair mortar. Okay, so the last factor, this will be the most critical, because all this is not that you are able to see on the subfloor if the floor is has a very high moisture content. So, but with all these factors, we will actually covering the flatness and how we actually going to deal with the flooring that has the contaminants on the subflooring. And we are able to help you to get your subfloor to be stable and sound, okay? And also we have the moisture control system for this solution. So how we actually test on the subflooring? We do have a few recommendations, but this will be done by the contractors from the main con or from the installer, you know. How we actually check on the flatness of the surface, this will be a straight edge with gauge. And this is actually under the British standard, the BC 8204. They actually required to have a 2-meter straight kind of, okay. This will be the one. Yeah. It's kind of a straight edge product, tools, okay, that you will contact on the subflooring, and you are using the gauge to test what will be the distance from the subfloor to this straight edge. It will actually tell how flat is your subflooring. And you can also use a metal brush to test on the floor hardness. Okay, so you can either use the metal brush, or you can actually use this another grid scoring test. This is actually to check on the subfloor hardness. Okay, for the other one is actually also a to check on the hard flooring is also called rebound test hammer. Okay. So this is also, all this is actually to check on the surface hardness and the strength of your subflooring. So if the subfloor, need to be actually get prepared, right? Usually we will advise our client to have this mechanically preparing on the subflooring. It's not just by vacuum, or make clean of the surface, but you need to have some mechanically prepared. What we actually call this mechanically preparation is actually you need to have this some tools and equipment that it could be sanding, grinding, sharp blasting, or scarifying. Okay, and this will be actually covered by the installer. Okay, and why we need this to be done? Because we need to get the flooring to have a good bonding condition or performance when you are receiving whatever coating or topping over the subfloor. So I believe in the construction project, floor screed will be actually the most commonly product or the system that you will be actually seeing in the job site. So for floor screed, it's actually suitable for all types of application. And I believe in Southeast Asia, bonded screed will be the most commonly screed system seen in the projects. Because in European countries, they actually have this floating floor or even unbonded screed. Okay, but for Southeast Asia, I think most of the project we are actually having this bonded screed system. So, and nowadays, they also have this pre-mixed screed. Yeah, last time we actually getting screed cement, then we add with sand and we do the installation on site. Okay, but nowadays they actually have this pre-mixed screed that you just get a ready mixed screed product. You just do a mixing water or additive. Yeah. So with this, I think there is also some standard, British standard is also called into this specification. So I think we need to, when it comes to a bonded screed, we need at least 25 mm of the thickness. Okay, and why nowadays they use the ready mix screed is because it actually is able to reduce the shrinkage potential, and you will have more consistent quality control at the job site. Okay, and with this ready mix, it will actually have more, it's faster curing time compared with the ordinary or conventional type of screed. Yeah, you need to have a dry screed to control or to prevent the moisture issue on the job site. Yeah. So other than the mechanically prepare of the subflooring, you also need to do a priming. Okay, a primer is actually very essential for the self-leveling or even coating application, the subsequent works that you are going to have to install over your subflooring. So if you do without primer, sometimes you are doing in a thickness kind of a topping, right? You will see all these pinholes on the flooring. This is not it's not a product issue or quality issue. It's actually because the floor is not being primed, sealed properly. So you will see all these pinhole, okay? And with the primer, you are able to enhance the adhesion and also prevent the moisture suction pinholes as you have seen in the previous image. And also it will help to increase the flowing properties of the self-leveling product. Okay, so other than that, we also helps to have a more consistent drying time throughout the the script or the topping drying. So I have this very good illustration photo, okay? And you can see actually with the primer and without the primer. With primer, you have a better flowing properties on this leveling compound. But without the primer, you will see the flowing is actually limited flowing properties, and also you will see a lot of pinholes. Yeah. So for moisture, again, this is not where you can actually notice when you go to the job site, because all the moisture will be actually trapped and trapped under your subflooring. So with this, we have actually it's a needs when you do a specification that you have to highlight the subflooring has to be dry and with a certain moisture control percentage on the subflooring. Okay. So we also need to do, the contractors and the builder may need to conduct the test method, you know, before they proceed with the laying of any topping over your subflooring. So this is a CM is called carbon meter testing, that is actually will help to check on the moisture rates of the percentage. And I think in the market, usually they will use this moisture meter. This is the most convenient tools that you can actually test on the subflooring to know whether your subfloor has a high moisture content or not. Yeah. So when you have a green concrete, which means the concrete is not have sufficient time for curing. Because when you have a casting a screed or concrete, you need probably a month or two to get your concrete to have dry. But because sometimes due to our climate, tropical climate, we always have a very high moisture, high humidity. So you may need longer curing times. Yeah. So it suggests to have always check on the subfloor whether it's high with a high moisture content or it's actually within control or within the specification, that is not more than 4.5%. And with a RH, I think RH we are not be able to control. So yeah, so because if you have a very high moisture content, all the water will be actually evaporate from your subflooring, and you will actually affect on whatever topping. This will be the topping. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So if you are covering with some topping, coating, or even vinyl, you will see the blistering. Okay, you will see the blistering and the lifting of the joint. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a project, but it's not our project, okay. We took this photo when we do a sidewalk, okay. And this is the joint that is actually lifting due to the moisture issue. Okay, and you will see the bubbling, okay. And also, because all this vinyl is using the water-based adhesive. So with this, if the subfloor has a very high moisture content, all your adhesive will be actually get emulsified. And you will actually create a very bad odor in the room. Yeah. So you need the moisture barrel control if the subflooring is having a very high moisture content. And with this moisture barrel system, it's able to suppress the moisture vapor transmission. And it also acts as a hydrostatic pressure resistant waterproofing membrane to prevent water seepage or dampness issue on your projects. And it will help to reduce and eliminate the efflorescence problem, especially when you are doing the toweling work. This will actually, with this moisture control, you are able to eliminate and control and prevent this fluorescence issue. Yeah, so this will be some criteria or basic thing that we need to consider when we actually laying the floor finishes. Okay, always you have to get your subflooring to be sound, and the moisture control, moisture content and the RH is being controlled with a certain level and specification mentioned. So you need a smoothing compound. It's actually engineered polymer cement product that you can help to level and smoothing the surface at a very minimal thickness. Yeah. So I will continue with some self-leveling products that we have or system that will sharing with you all. Okay, this is the self-leveling smoothing compound that I have mentioned. Okay, it's able to do at a very thin layer, like 5 mm. Yeah, 5 mm, you know. So with this self-leveling product, it's able to help you to achieve the British standard within the classification of SR1, or even if you are having this SR1 subflooring condition, you are able to topping up with a leveling compound to achieve the minimum or the greatest classification that is under this SR1. Okay, so this is about the surface regularity. Okay, how we actually measure and to get to know whether your flooring is under which classification. Yeah, so probably when you have a project, when the subflooring is already achieved the SR1, you may think that you no need the leveling compound. But somehow, when you have this SR1 criteria with these three types of these three types of the flooring condition, and if you are laying with the vinyl sheet, okay, you will be seeing all the waviness on the subfloor and a very uneven flooring that you will be seeing. You know, that's the reason why if you having this SR1, you already achieved the SR1 criteria, but yet you still need a self-leveling product to actually topping up to have a more flat and smooth surface. Yeah. So where will be the leveling compound will be actually installing? It will be actually over on top of this subfloor. So it will help to actually correct your surface flatness, okay, with this topping. So again, what is the self-leveling product? It's actually a polymer modified engineered cement materials that you just required to mix with water, or maybe some of the leveling compound were required to mix with additive. Okay, and it's produce a very unique flowing properties that able to provide a level and flat surface, okay, to support your resilient floor to a greatest performance. This will be like a vinyl sheet, or even a LVT, or even a rubber flooring, or even carpet floor. So for self-leveling is, maybe I will show you the application, not to go through this, but probably I want to highlight on this slide is the product itself is protein-free. It's not an ordinary cement product. So this self-leveling will actually helps to resist the microorganism growth. Okay, and it's very suitable for healthcare and educational projects, especially like childcare, elderly care, and also those hospital. Okay. So this is a kind of just to show. You just need to prime the surface after the surface preparation with mechanically preparing. Okay, so you actually have to do the priming over the surface, and you just use the bag of leveling compound and mix with water at job site. So you are able to do like a laying, because when you pour out, okay, you can see it's very fluid. It's not like an ordinary kind of a conventional screed product. Okay, so you just pour over the surface, and you are using the trowel, the flat trowel, to spreading the material. Okay, and just leave it for 2-3 hours, and you are able to have a light foot traffic over. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this will be the importance of the self-leveling. What does this self-leveling will help in your projects? Okay, it will actually prevent the wavy unevenness on your subfloor. Okay, and it will actually helps to reduce the risk of cracks or potholes of your finishing. And also it will help to reduce the gaps, the movement, during the movement of the LVT. Sometimes you will actually see the LVT have the gaps, you know, due to the movement of the building. Yeah, so you need this leveling compound to help to prevent all these unsightly surfaces. Yeah, I think, okay. Yeah, so this is some the benefit and the features of this leveling compound. Okay, yeah, with this, it actually has a very high. It's actually the topping itself has the similar strength as the screed product. Okay, the cured leveling compound after 28 days is able to achieve more than 30 MPa. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this will be some solution, and with our system solution that we are able to help in your projects. Okay, we have the product and the system solution. If you need some leveling product to be actually top over the surface, up to 10 mm, we can use it. And also we have this, if you need a thicker topping material, we also have, but it's not a leveling, it's actually a leveling materials. Okay. And we also have a patching product. Okay. So this will be the undulation subfloor from the poor screeding work. Then we actually have this base mix topping that is suitable for heavy duty application also. We do have, like, if you have a very weak subflooring, you need to consolidate the surface. We have the solution for you also. Okay. So probably I won't be running through the the adhesive due to the timing I have. Okay, but I will probably just share on the project references that we have, and this will be the moisture barrel product we actually did for a case study in Sigma project in Singapore. They actually have laid the screed for 2 months, but the floor is not getting dry. So we actually went in and we provide the product that is called WPM 300 system, and we help them to get the subfloor to control of this moisture issue that is achieved. They actually engaging the external test lab people to check on the subfloor. After installing with our moisture barrel system, it actually helps to suppress the moisture from the subflooring, from the screed. Yeah. So this is another project, a case study at the Tetra Park office. It's also the subflooring has a very high moisture content. Okay, so this is actually results the adhesive to get emulsified. So with this, we actually we get involved in this project. We propose the ARDEX DPM that is help them to resolve the high moisture content subflooring from the residue moisture from the screed. So this is a great success of the projects that we have delivered. Okay, and we actually supplied most of the healthcare projects in Singapore, and also we do supply to Malaysia healthcare projects like JKR, is it KPJ, is it? There's a KPJ hospital, yeah. So because I'm based in Singapore, so what I was shown in this project references will be basically Singapore projects. Okay. So these are the projects references. This is under the healthcare segment. And we also supplied to those commercial projects. Yeah, ice cream, museum of ice cream in Singapore. And we also supplied to island-wide childcare projects under the Sparkatalk and My First School centers. Yeah. So we also do educational project like international school with the vinyl flooring. We also supplied to a hospitality project because nowadays some hotel they will opt for LVT, SPC. Yeah, this is where we actually also involved in that segment. Okay, so yeah, so this will be the benefit why we actually need this level surface. It will actually helps to prolong and to achieve a greatest performance on your subfloor. On your resilient flooring when it comes to a project. Yeah, thank you. So sorry.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Emily Ng from ARDEX. Okay, now let us formally start our session. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Architect Andrietta Abdul Aziz, President of Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia, PAM, Dato Architect Interior Designer Zulkhairi bin Muhammad Zain, Chairman of Heritage Conservation Committee, PAM, Architect Dr. Muhammad Zulhamli bin An, Co-Chairman Heritage Conservation Committee, PAM, and also our moderator for today's session, Architect Datuk Dr. Haji Hajida bin Abdul Majid, PAM Past President, and also ICOMOS Malaysia Past President, Architect Johnny Uy, Principal of Johnny Uy Architect and ADS Architects Sdn Bhd, our speaker for today's session, Associate Professor Datin Dr. Nur Hayati Hussein, convener for today's PAM Heritage and Conservation Talk, Miss Emily Ng, Regional Product Manager from ARDEX, our sponsor. And of course, to all respectable participants who have made your way to attend this session today. I am sure it is not easy to get out of bed today because of the rainy season, and I think that's why the numbers of participants came a little bit slower than normal. But congratulations, you guys are here. Okay, welcome to PAM Heritage and Conservation Talk. I am Bashira Muhammad Baha, your MC for today's talk. To welcome us all to this talk, now I would like to invite Dato Architect Interior Designer Zulkhairi Muhammad Zain, Chairman of PAM Heritage Conservation Committee, to the stage to deliver his welcoming speech.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Thank you, MC Puan Bashira. Arkitek Adrianta Aziz, PAM President, Datuk Haji Dar, PAM Past President, PAM Council members, Architect Johnny Ui, esteemed guests and fellow architects, our sponsor ARDEX, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and a warm welcome to everyone attending the PAM Heritage and Conservation Talk 2024. I'm so delighted to see many of you here this morning, sharing the same passion for heritage and conservation, the two pillars central to our architectural profession. First and foremost, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to ARDEX, our valued sponsor. Your steadfast support enables events like today's to take place and play an important role in furthering innovation and professional development within our industry. ARDEX continue to be a vital partner in ensuring that our architectural work maintain integrity and sustainability, which are essential elements in heritage and conservation. Thank you again, ARDEX. Just for a brief info, I think today we have more than 120 registration. So we should give a big round of applause to the convener, Architect Joe Hemley. This morning's gathering emphasizes an area deeply rooted in our architectural identity, heritage and conservation. As architects, we hold a unique responsibility not only to shape the future but also to safeguard the past. The structures we create today will one day become part of that legacy. So we must approach our work with a deep sense of responsibility so that to communities we serve. So we must approach our work with a deep sense of responsibility to the communities we serve, the heritage we honor and the future we envision. Today's theme focuses on delicate balance between preservation and progress, resonate with us all. It invites us to reflect on how we continue to build for the future while protecting and preserving the rich heritage that defines our cultural landscape. So we are fortunate today to have Architect Johnny Ui as our speaker, and he brings with him extensive experience and insight into this topic. Architect Ui's work, particularly on two significant projects, is a testament to his ability to blend the old with the new, ensuring that heritage is preserved and brought to life in a way that serves contemporary needs. The first project is the Filia Resort and Spa in Malacca, a stunning example of how biophilic design and respect for natural surrounding can harmonize with traditional Malaysian architectural elements. It represents a seamless connection between modern luxury and the rich cultural tapestry in Malacca. And the second project, which I'm particularly excited about, is the award-winning night shelter in Penang. And this project goes beyond conserving architectural elements. It speaks to the soul of a community. It revives the Southern Chinese eclectic architectural style while offering a safe and dignified space for the reintegration of street residents. This heritage preserves the past and empowers the present, fulfilling both social and architectural goals. Ladies and gentlemen, our roles as architects goes far beyond the creation of buildings. We are in fact custodians of culture and identity. The buildings and spaces we design must serve the practical needs of their users, but they must also communicate history, culture, and a sense of belonging. In this way, architecture becomes more than just a profession. It becomes a bridge between the past, the present, and the future. This is why today's event is so significant. We gathered here not just to celebrate the technical aspect of heritage conservation, but to ask more profound question, which is how do we ensure that the work we do today will stand the test of time, structurally and culturally? And how do we as architects keep our heritage alive while accommodating the inevitable changes that the progress demands? Through events like this, we open a space for dialogue and collaboration to explore innovation solutions to these challenges. And I'm confident that the discussion today will inspire us to think more critically and creatively about how we can contribute to the protection and celebration of Malaysia's rich architectural heritage. Before I conclude, I encourage all of you here to engage actively in today's presentation and discussion. So the topics we will explore are critical, not only to our profession, but also to the cultural and social fabric of our nations. We are responsible for ensuring that Malaysia's architectural narrative continues to evolve, honoring our past while embracing future possibilities. So let's take today as an opportunity to exchange ideas, learn from one another, and reaffirm our commitment to creating architecture that is both innovative and respectful of the heritage that makes us who we are. And once again, I extend my heartfelt thanks to architect Johnny Uy for being here today to share his insight. And again to ADEX for the continued support of PAM and the architectural community. Thank you again. I look forward to an enriching and inspiring session ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dato' Architect Interior Designer Zulkhairi Muhammad Zain, for your welcoming speech. In honours of today's talk, Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia would like to present token of appreciation to our speaker. I would like to invite again Dato' Architect Engineer Zulkhairi Muhammad Zain, and together with him, the co-chairman, Architect Dr. Muhammad Zulhimli bin An, to represent the token of appreciation to Architect Johnny Uy. Can we please have our President, Architect Andrea Aziz, together on the stage? All right, now I would like to also invite Miss Emily again, and also our convener, Datin Dr. Nur Hayati, on stage for a group photo. Okay. Can we also invite Architect Dato' Hajida sekali on stage? You have to be like just a photo session. All right. Thank you, everyone. As you have been made aware before, this session will be moderated by Architect Muhammad Zulhimli bin An, Co-Chairman of Heritage Conservation Committee. Therefore, allow me to give a brief introduction about Architect Dr. Muhammad Zulhimli. Architect Dr. Muhammad Zulhimli An is a distinguished architect with over 30 years of experience, holding a Bachelor of Architecture degree from the University of Arkansas, USA. A Fellow of the Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia, he served as the president from 2015 to 2017, and has been a passionate advocate for architectural heritage and conservation in Malaysia. His leadership as chair of PAM's Heritage and Conservation Committee from 2005 to 2010 led to significant program and the publication of KL Heritage, which catalogues Kuala Lumpur's historical buildings. Internationally recognized, architect Zulhim Lee has represented PAM at prestigious events such as the International Union of Architects, UIA, and has co-represented important papers on Malaysian architecture. He is currently the Deputy President of ICOMOS Malaysia for 2024 to 2026 term and has recently joined the International Committee of Wood, IIWC, as an expert member. Now, let us bring into the spotlight our speaker for today, Architect Johnny Ooi, who is there. Proceeding to that, allow me to paint a brief introduction about Architect Johnny Ooi. Architect Johnny Ooi is a professional architect and the principal of Johnny Ooi Architects and ADS Architects Sdn Bhd, which is in Penang, if you did not know yet. He has over 30 years of experience, diverse experience in the architecture field, a graduate of the University of Oklahoma, USA. He has established himself as a leader in innovative design, consistently pushing creative boundaries in problem solving. His professional affiliations include registration with Lembaga Arkitek Malaysia and the Lembaga Pembangunan Industri Pembinaan Malaysia, which we are now known as CIDB, alongside corporation membership with Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia. Furthermore, as a facilitator for the Malaysian Green Building Council, Malaysian GBC, Architect Ooi is dedicated to sustainable architecture. His extensive portfolio encompasses a wide variety of sectors, including commercial, residential, hospitality, and urban planning, demonstrating his versatility and commitment to excellence in design. Presenting on the project of Filia Resort and Spa, Ayer Keroh Melaka, please welcome Architect Johnny Ooi.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Dato' A.R. Zulkhairi for their kind words. And I graduated from University of Oklahoma, USA. It was 1995 when I was skinnier when I was younger. And I started my practice in 2004, and at that time, I was quite a junior establishment, and I only have like 2 part-time staff and 1 intern from USM. And this intern later on become my partner. He's actually sitting over there. He has actually helped me a lot in terms of design involvement, especially these 2 projects, and I would want to give him some credit. And his commitment is quite appreciated. And now after so many years of 20 years of establishment, we have about 40 staff in the company. Conservation. This is arranged by Heritage and Conservation Committee, so I need to talk a bit about conservation. The first project, this is definition by Google, it's not by me. To me, actually, conservation in terms of construction and development is to protect resources from disappearing. And also, we try to preserve what is valuable culturally, environmentally, and architecturally. So the first project is, we don't have any heritage building in this project, frankly. But our approach is actually we want to preserve the heritage of the forest environment. Especially Malaysia is a rainforest country. We were given a site. We were given a site in Malacca. Next to the toll, Ayer Keroh toll. Next to it is also a butterfly farm. So the whole site, the whole location is actually classified as the green belt of Malacca. The site before the construction, it was quite a bushy and forest environment. And quite a slopey site. Okay, some bushes everywhere. Okay, and there was some existing building. Okay, also not a heritage building. Okay, it was run as retail and with some restaurant. Okay, with the pond in the center. So this was the before the construction. Okay, then looking at the site, actually the client has quite a substantial log supply from Russia. Okay, then they asked us the opinion of what to do with the site and with this log supply. So looking at the site, we feel that the site is suitable for a resort development because of the nature of it. So okay, so then the client agree with the idea of chalet cabin. Okay, so we study some European log cabin resort. Okay, this is some of the photos, and this is in US. Okay, facing the stream, which is quite similar with our site situation. Okay, then we started to compare the cabin, the log cabin, with our Malaysian traditional kampung Malay house. Okay, we see some similarities and of course some differences. As you can see, the log cabin in Europe, okay, everything sit on the ground. But in Malaysia, the kampung house, most of the kampung house sit on steel. Okay, okay, this is some construction drawing design. Okay. Then, okay, the good thing about the traditional Malay kampung house, as you can see, the high-pitched roof, okay, the high-pitched roof for rainwater purpose, and also create a so-called insulation protection from the user, okay, and then the window placed in such a way that the building will having the cross ventilation. Then the on steel structure is actually to avoid the moisture damaging the flooring, and then also creating a tunnel effect to cool down the whole building. Okay, and then of course the long overhanging of the roof to create the sun shading. So these are the features of our traditional Malay house. Okay, so we try to work these two together, combine by using the log, okay, into the floor plan, study the floor plan. So Malaysian Malay kampung house, we do have a lot of balcony idea. Like for example, okay, sorry, okay, some balcony and then terrace area. So our chalet, we started to create some terrace and balcony as well, then integrated with the internal spaces. Okay, so this is 1.5 story chalet. Okay, then we also have some design on the single story chalet. Okay, and double story semi-D type. Okay, this will be the hotel room. Okay, 4 units on 1 block. Okay, and then of course the terrace and the balcony. So the staircase go up to the bedroom and the wardrobe and the toilets at the back. Okay, then this is a section. Okay, this chalet construction is unlike the normal our normal concrete and brick construction. Okay, the chalet construction is mainly using the carpentry construction method, meaning it's like actually the contractor that we engage is actually a carpentry base. So they build this one is like without any concrete column, any nail, but only the log, okay, to create the structure. Then this is the sample that they built in Moa before they construct on site. Okay. Okay. Then some mock-up also. This one is actually the single story bungalow type. Okay. Okay. Looking at the site survey drawing. Okay. The site is actually the existing building is over this side. Okay. This is the main road. Okay. I guess it's over here. Okay, this is the main road here. So there is a road cutting through here. So the site is the existing building, which is the business is still ongoing, is over this side. Then the existing pond, the site is at a quite hilly slope. Then the center is the stream leading to this man-made pond. Okay, so looking at the site, we were thinking to preserve this green here, the green heritage, to try not to have any so-called concrete structure over this location here. So dividing this public and private area. Okay, this is the section, schematic section of the site. Okay, quite hilly, both sides coming down, sloping down to the center of the stream. Okay, then we did some sketches of the idea, putting the lock, okay, by facing towards the center. So the center, instead of a natural stream, we make it a bit man-made, integrated with the swimming pool. So all the log cabin will be facing towards this facility area. Okay, so the front here, we try to place the single story. Then on the higher ground, we place the double-story chalet, so that we try to get more units facing the center facility view. Okay, so this is how we work out the overall site plan. Okay, as you can see, this one, the existing building where they have this retail and restaurant, still ongoing. The client intend to, even during the construction of the site, this business still want to continue. As usual, as developer always want to make money out of the site. Okay, then this site is all the forest environment where we want to keep it as natural as possible. So we maintain the terrain and then place the units according to all will be facing to the center facility area. So the existing center stream, we will maintain as a stream, but of course a bit man-made, then integrated with the swimming pool over here. This is the lowest ground. Okay, then placing the chalet, the difficult part is actually trying to create the pathway with buggy to bring the hotel guests to the room. So we have to carefully study on the contour of it, then create the necessary connection to link all the buggy around the site. Okay, center is the pool and stream. Then this will be leading to the pond in the center here. Okay, so all the chalet will be concentrated on this side, whereas all the public area will be this side, meaning the admin drop-off, registration, everything is over here. Okay, then the back of house will be hide behind this corner. Okay, so to avoid on-site of the loading and unloading. Okay, then okay, after the as usual, after the complete of the layout, suddenly the client asked to add a banquet hall, which house for about 100 tables, 100 tables, yeah. So looking at the side, but the client said cannot touch the chalet because they still want to keep the numbers. So the only place that we can think of is this pond here. Originally, there was no structure intended. We want to keep it as a pond. But then what we do is we make a steel structure on top of the pond. That means the pond still be there, but then the banquet hall be sitting on top. Okay. Okay, this is the on steel structure. Okay. Okay, then the log delivered onto site. Okay, the log is actually cut into a bit of the shape. Later on, we will explain to you why we do this way. Okay, this is like a tongue and groove construction method, similar. Okay, but This joining is not, it is called 3D scope logs, where this joining part is actually creating a structure for the whole building because we don't have any column or whatever. So this cross joining of the log will become the main backbone of the whole building. Okay. So started with the putting on top of the concrete steel. Okay, then started to see the structure up of this log. Okay, you see this one here. Sorry, this one here is actually become a column of the whole building. Okay, so we started the column in a way, then putting the log on top of each other. Okay. Okay, this one when still have hairs. Okay. Then this one second story up. Okay. Okay. Then we have this timber plank as the ceiling as well, and then the shingles will be placed on top of the timber plank. Okay. This is sorry. This one is actually a temporary structure to hold it. It will be demolished later on. Okay. Okay, and this is the completed single story. Okay, then we try to repurpose the railroad tie, where make it like a step up to the chalet. Okay. Okay, this is the completed semi-D. Okay, 2-story. Okay, so the shingles on top. Okay, then the log. All this is actually, because of the long cantilever, so we have this so-called structure to hold it. This thing is actually the column in a way, you know. Beam here. Okay, beam, and then the column. And then all these are the column. Okay, even the single story as well, you see, this one is acting as a column sitting on the beam to hold the cantilever of the roof. So the space below become like a courtyard or terrace. Okay. So this is the single story completed. As you can see, after a few years of the tree started to grow more matured. So you see the log, even is imported from Russia, still blend in well with the nature of the space that created. Okay. Then this is the internal. You see, internally we don't see any new or whatever members for the whole construction. So everything looks locked, okay. Then this is the royal villa, where 1.5 story, the outlook of it. So all this thing is actually the column structure. This is the joining part. This is the column of it, okay. Then this is the internal swimming pool, private swimming pool for the chalet, 1.5 story chalet. Okay. Okay, this is the internal look of it. You see the ceiling, we try to use the timber effect as well. So on top is the shingles, okay. Then this is the 2-story. This is taken quite recently, actually. Okay, this is the construction of the reception hall. Okay, okay, this one is also a bit tricky in a way that this part of it, we don't have any column, RC column or whatever. All the column are using log to build, and even the beam, the log is also acting as a beam. But because of quite a long span, we have this so-called steel cable to hold it with the steel plate to wrap to tie the beam together. Okay. The footing, we still have some RC because we try not to have any moisture to damage the log. Okay. So this is the construction detail where we have this cable to hold the beam, and then another secondary column to hold another beam on top. So the whole thing is free of RC structure. Okay, so of course with the so-called quite a big opening here and there, then we started to introduce some glass. Okay, the reason why we have glass, of course, to avoid the heavy rainfall to the hall, but also there is a reason behind. Later on, we'll show you how. Okay, the construction of okay, this is completed. Okay, even the ID, we try to use timbers to create the forest environment. Okay, so this is, okay, as you can see, the glass started to install, to place it. Then we started to light up a bit of the internal ceiling. Then this is how we get it. So the glass gives the reflective effect to the building. So it become like, make the whole building looks more elegant. Okay, so the reflective especially from the glass here and there, so the whole thing become quite different than the usual building. Okay, then this is the construction of the stream and the pool bar area. Okay, we try to create, because this one we try to preserve the forest heritage feeling. So and the stream, so we try to put in some waterfall effect to create the so-called, to create the sound of water. So to make the whole environment really like in the forest. Okay, then we started to construct the man-made stream. Okay, this structure, actually there's a purpose. Later on I'll show you why. Okay, and then this is the rocks waterfall here and here. Okay. Okay, so this is the halfway through of the construction. So just now that this the structure here is actually for the purpose of creating like a stream effect. So when you like sitting here or walking around here, you will hear the noise of the stream passing through the rocks here. Okay, then the water testing of the waterfall. Okay, this of course this is a man-made waterfall. We can adjust the pump to create how strong the waterfall is lah. So this side is also waterfall. Then on top of it is actually the perforated steel bridge. Okay, so then when you walk on top of this bridge, you can see the water actually is running through below it. Okay, then we place the swimming pool next to the stream. Okay, this swimming pool is, later on you'll see the swimming pool, because with chlorine, and then this natural stream is no chlorine. Then the color of it, you can see the differences. It's quite interesting. Okay, and this is the pool bar, and then kids corner, and then this one steps to bring people up to upper level. Okay. Okay, this is the bridge looking towards the banquet hall. So the stream, okay, and then okay, yeah. Then actually this was made as a retention pond from the stream. So we maintain this pond. See the just now the additional of the banquet hall, we put it on top of it. So we won't disturb the stream, the pond, okay, then while still creating the space of the banquet hall on top. Okay, so the banquet hall, this balcony of the banquet hall is like a pre-function, also can look towards the whole chalet area. Okay, and this is actually a fish pond below. Okay. a short video presentation. This is downloaded from YouTube actually. So the waterfall effect. So the bridge on top of the You see the chlorine water is quite bluish. Then the stream is actually quite greenish. Okay, so what we achieve is an eco-friendly design, sustainability practices, okay, and then natural landscape integrated with the whole environment, okay, and then the cultural elements also introduced into the project. Okay, so this is what we achieve lah, okay. So this is the photo of it. This is considered one of the largest log resort in Malaysia, okay. Okay, this is a night scene of it. Okay, it's quite interesting when the thing, they light up the whole site. Okay, give the ambience of forest. Okay, this is looking from the bridge, look towards the pond and the pool. As you can see just now, okay, this the water is quite bluish, and then the stream is actually yellow, greenish. So you can see some waterfall effect of the environment. And then the forest started, the trees started to grow matured, so it blend quite well. So you don't really see, so we still bring with the development, but we still bring back the forest environment to the whole site without damaging the whole site of the so-called green belt of Malacca. Okay, so this is a night scene, okay, with the lights on. Okay, yeah, that's all for this first topic. Okay, thank you.
As we move on to the next sharing of project, we are now moving towards the fast-paced city in the north, where architect Johnny Uy builds the foundation of his practice, which is Penang. This project is moving away from the sort of a commercial building client like Villa Resort. This next project is the award-winning Pusat Transit Gelandangan or Night Shelter in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang, where it is under the government care. Being in the rich culture area of Georgetown, let's explore on how this building was meticulously made. To continue, and without further ado, please invite back to the stage architect Johnny Uy.
Hi, welcome back everyone. Okay, the previous project, okay, we touched a bit on the the conservation of the forest heritage. The next one will touch more, we will pay more attention on the preservation of the pre-war heritage shop houses. Okay, this is, we call this building as a night shelter. Okay. Okay, why this project is initiated is actually, the building owner is MPPP, okay, and the project is actually initiated by the state government. Okay, let me play a bit of the short video clip, okay, of the situation happened in Penang, Georgetown area, where we have a lot of homeless people staying around every corner of the city. Okay, then this is a life of homeless people. Okay. Sorry.
Also in Penang, Komta Tower is actually home to a lot of homeless people because of the bus terminal underneath. However, due to the spread of COVID-19, the homeless on the streets may be a loophole where the virus can spread rapidly. Thus, the government is planning to build a shelter to give the homeless a place to stay and opportunities to work.
There's a bathroom here, and one across from here. Over there is another one. I'll see which has less people and I'll use that one. Anyone can use the public toilets, but sometimes I'll get kicked out because you can't use it to clean up yourself.
Wandering the streets to find a public restroom to clean up, resting on a cardboard mattress when tired, waiting for handouts of food. All of these activities are the norm for a homeless person in Penang.
My family doesn't know I'm sleeping on the street, but it's safer here because if anything happens, the hospital is nearby. The bus stop is clean, but we are worried that sometimes the social welfare department will come for us because it's not a place you can sleep.
Every city has homeless, but in Penang, Komta area, one thing very particular about them. Each and every one of them have a story to tell. Family problems, drug addict problems, social eviction problems, and some of them ex-convicts. You even have people who come from other states to seek the economic fortune in Penang, and they don't rent rooms, house, but they stay in Komta.
Underneath Komta Tower in Penang is a major bus terminal. Since it's a huge intersection for transportation and also many kind-hearted people will visit to hand out food, automatically the terminal became a place where many homeless people gather.
So when they're talking about homeless people who are not able to even take care of the 3 meals or proper to sleep, they cannot take care of the hygiene, then it becomes a health issue. And health issue will bring everybody down, like COVID-19. Now they're staying at the bus stop where all the people from all places are coming. The question is, what if that when people come and if they brought the disease and these people got the disease, how do we rectify?
Okay, I guess this homeless issue could happen everywhere in the world, especially in the big cities. Okay, and this is what happened to the streets of the Penang city area. Okay, you see the homeless people actually running around and staying around the every corner of it, and then without proper shelter, no proper place to sleep, and no proper sanitation. Okay, and which is vulnerable to disease and illness. And also another problem of this is actually Penang, we do have a lot of NGOs. Then when distribution of the food, there's no proper place for them, and they just, and even the food oversupply, or maybe they just throw everywhere in the city corner. Okay, so this is the issue that happened before the building was built. Okay. Okay, so the Penang state government identify a MPPP land situated, actually is quite walking distance from Komta. So this is the site here. Okay, and opposite is actually Siabui Park Garden. Okay, so it's quite in the center of the city. Okay, this is, okay, now we will touch a bit on heritage. Just now we don't have any heritage building, but then this one we do. Okay, Penang, same as Malacca, also has joined UNESCO as the heritage town. Then they established a so-called Penang core zone of the heritage. So this is the core zone. So this core zone actually basically we can't do anything lah. You know, we can't really build any massive structure or whatever. So all the building have to preserve well according to the existing intended use and structure. Okay, then come with the buffer zone. This buffer zone, of course, there is also a requirement to control this buffer zone, but a bit loose in such a way that it is actually act as a protective layer from massive development of Georgetown area. So this one we do have some leniency, but also some certain control. So to protect the core zone, okay. Then our site is actually located here. As you can see, okay, you may say, you know, this is actually outside, but why there's a heritage control? But actually in Penang, we have this unit warisan to control even any building that more than 100 years, and they will go around even outside the zone area. They will go and identify and then make it like a heritage building. Then they classify as a category 2. Okay, so our building is actually located here. Okay, so it's under category 2 lah. Okay, so the building, it was built during this period and then identified as this Southern Chinese electric star. So the feature of it, as you can see, terracotta roof tiles, timber louvettes, air vent, etc., and a lot of timber materials in this heritage period. Okay, so this is some of the features. As you can see, in the old days, the shop houses is quite narrow. Most of the time it's maybe 13, 14 feet width, but it's quite long. So during that time, the ventilation of it, they created air well, a lot of air wells. So this air well is actually the so-called typical features of traditional shop houses. Okay, then of course, as per this drawing, we have terracotta tiles, timber louvettes, air vent, etc. Okay, then using a lot of timber louvettes windows. Okay. Okay, so this is before the construction. So over the years, actually this building owner is MPPP. They rent it out to many tenants and has been modified and losing his authenticness of the heritage shop houses features. So the first challenge of the project is we have to reinstall back to the previous glory. Okay, then also the site, we see a lot of this metal hoarding, metal structure. Even the roof itself is all using metal roof. The site is quite a rundown site. Okay, unsightly, and then a lot of illegal extension or modification to the building. Okay, internally you can see a lot of timber, wall, flooring, etc. Okay, then you can see the timber staircase, which is also non-compliance to BOMBA requirement. Okay, then this timber floor, timber joists, whatever, is all quite run down. So, okay, this air well, okay. Also, the flooring, whatever, is all timber and is not in very good condition. Okay. Then this is back of it. Also, is quite a mess. Okay, so when we start this project, we have a few, with the previous, just now the video clip, we have a so-called design intention for this project. First thing is we want to preserve the heritage of the pre-war shophouses. That's our first criteria. Actually, when we get this project, the client don't really give us any so-called major brief. So we have to establish ourselves. Okay, they only say they want to house 80 numbers of the beds for the homeless. So we have to, as an architect, we establish ourselves of the requirement. First thing is we want to preserve the heritage building, okay, bring back to the original characteristic. And then the second thing is we want to conserve the environment resources. Okay, then third is to minimize the CO2 emission. Okay, as an example of the conservation. Okay, and also because of the homeless, we also thinking of revitalizing the forgotten homeless people. Okay, we want to train them and then bring back to the normal life they have. Okay, so then we want to create a better place for these unsheltered street citizens. So this is what we had in mind when we approached by state government to do this project. So this project to me is quite a holistic project, you know. Okay, so first what we do as architect, you know, everyone I guess will do the same thing. Okay, we identify the existing heritage building, then we set the boundary of the site, then we want to reinterpret the existing, the old and the transforming of the new. So then we integrate the whole thing to become a usable space for the end user. Okay, this one is actually a section cutting through the whole development. Okay, this dotted line is actually the whole existing heritage building. So based on category 2 requirement, we have to preserve the air well. So there were 2 air wells, which we also preserve it back to its original. Okay, then we create the extension of the new building. So as you can see, we don't want to create a massive building. Actually, we can, under the category 2, we can build high-rise over the side, whatever. But due to limitation of the construction cost of less than 5 million, okay, so we have to control everything. Okay, then the roof profile of the site, we carry on from the existing to the back of it. Okay. Okay, the site is actually, there is a challenge of the site because of this number 19 here is actually they rented out to someone else. So when we get the project, the tenant is still renting the site, so we cannot touch anything. So making the site become like a horseshoe shape, you know. Okay. Okay, so this number 19 is left untouched, okay. So we have to see how to work it out without disturbance to the tenant. Okay, before we get into the next topic, we touch a bit on the layout first. Okay, the space that we created is actually the existing one of the ground floor is mainly a public area where we have this administration and registration space. Then the ground floor of the back is actually semi-private and semi-open, where we allocate like OKU dorm, treatment area, and then also a dining area with kitchen at the back. Okay, then toilets at both sides. The floor plan is quite straightforward, but the space that we want to create is useful for the end user. Okay, the upper floor of the first floor, in order to revitalizing the residents, so we make the second floor as a training or or so-called training area and workshop area, where probably they can learn new skill, okay, not just like sleeping there and what, you know. So and the back of it is all the dormitory area. Okay, this so-called homeless people, they stay here is temporary, maximum 2 weeks, and then the state government will try to match a job for them, and then try to help them to find a permanent houses, something like low cost or whatever. So based on the survey, we have more male than female. So this smaller dorm is meant for female with the internal toilets. Then the back of it, the bigger space is actually meant for male. Okay, of course with the toilet by itself lah. Then this center one is make it flexible in a way that we can either turn it into male or female. So it can be connected to either sides of it, but it's also separated. Okay, then the rooftop of it is actually a yard or laundry area, as well as a gathering space. So they can do some activities or relax on top of the rooftop. Okay, then we get into the existing building. The existing building, like I explained just now, this one is the site that given to us, but this one was rented out. Okay, so this one untouched. Okay, so this is the original one. Then the internal. Okay, sorry. Okay, the internal, when heritage building want to meet the requirement of BOMBA, a lot of things we need to make modification. Okay, the timber flooring, the BOMBA uncompliance UBBL of the staircase, all this we have to make modification. So we have to cast concrete to the flooring, and the staircase have to be protected. Then the plastering of the existing site is actually quite peel off a lot. Actually, Penang, Georgetown is actually on quite a swampy land, so a lot of moisture. So we need to do a lot of treatment, and the method of plastering, we have to be a bit careful. So under the Heritage Department, we do have a requirement of the ratio of plastering, sand river and the lime. So the lime, the purpose of lime is actually to give breathing space for the moisture to the wall, rather than seal off everything. Okay, so these are the construction method that we instructed the contractor to do. Okay, so you can start to see the flooring being casted with RC. Okay, then the BOMBA compliance staircase. Okay, then the existing roof is metal roof, which was not the original. Okay, then we change it to terracotta roof tiles. Okay, then this is the before and after. So timber louvettes was introduced, and then timber air vent is actually introduced as well. The collapsible grill is put up, Okay, then this was the air well before. All timber, everything, we change it to this. So the concrete floor, what we do is, in order to comply, to give back the heritage feeling, we install the ceiling with timber ceiling and timber flooring, so that it match back to the heritage, the authentic of the heritage. Then the timber louvettes window is installed. Okay, then this one we dismantle the metal roof. Okay, then make the air well function properly. Okay, then the front of it, this one, it was like this. So all this timber we taken down, but we don't throw it away. We use back to the site. Of course, GBI compliance as well. Okay, then the timber air vent is installed, and then the collapsible grill door. Okay. So this is the corridor before and after. So the air well, it was like this, then we turn it into like this. Okay, then the ceiling is also cladded with timber. Okay, then you can see the difference of this terracotta newly constructed as against the neighbor where all the metal roof lah. Okay. Okay, now we get into the new building section, okay, at the back of it. So when we, the site is, there is an old tree. This old tree is more than 100 years old. It's Indian almond tree. Okay, just now Philia is the Malay kampung house. The heritage building is a Chinese electric star. Then this one is Indian, is Satu Malaysia. Okay, so the tree that is existing one more than 100 years. So we try to preserve it. So then we created the space around it, making it like a courtyard. So this also symbolic of a life, okay, and it does have the therapeutic so-called effect to the residents, you know. This is our idea, okay. So as you can see, the building, the new building, we wrap it around, making it a courtyard. Okay. Then we look into the ventilation because, like I mentioned just now, the purpose of the building is to house the street citizen. So we know this building is so-called a welfare building. So we try to minimize the cost. We don't want to burden the so-called the operator. So we want to make everything natural ventilated. We don't intend to have any aircon or whatever, okay, to the building. So we created a lot of cross ventilation, like jack roof, van block, okay, louvettes, etc. So to bring the air across and then bring the hot air out, okay. Okay, then we started to have plant a lot of tree and make the whole building looks like a so-called landscape environment. So we have creepers, we have these cables, and then creepers wrap around these cables to top. Okay, then the air well also brings some ventilation. Okay. So this is the completed building, okay. You see, we use a lot of van blocks. Then we have the second layer of sliding glass door. Actually, is to prevent heavy rain from flashing into the building. So, but most of the time, even like normal raining, we don't need to close the. We have tested actually, even the normal day, normal not heavy rain, but normal raining season. The sliding door, we don't even need to close it. Okay, the gap of the van block, we also study in a way that don't want to be too close because of we want to have some sunlight coming in and the view for the residents to outside. So so that the whole thing won't be too dark. But at the same time, we also have some privacy for these so-called residents to sleep here. Actually, before we come into van block, there are a lot of suggestions, something like maybe louvettes or maybe glass louvettes or whatever. But then that one loses some of the privacy. So with this van block, you can look down, but from below you can't really see inside. Okay, so that's the good thing about it. Okay. Okay, so this is. As you can see, the van block is outside, then we have the sliding door a bit inside. Okay. So another, this one is a jack roof for ventilation purpose. This is the kitchen or so-called preparation area. Okay, then this is the dining area for them. So when NGO come here, they will just, they have a proper place to distribute the food. Then these so-called street citizens, they have a proper place to sit and eat, okay? So this is the admin area, okay, looking towards the dining area and the kitchen area. Okay, this is the treatment room and or the OKU dorm where will be is on the ground floor. Okay, then the laundry area is on the rooftop where they can actually make money out of doing the laundry for, because Penang we have some hotel where they get this supply from the hotel, operate and then send here to do some laundry. So in a way also create some jobs for this street citizen. Okay, then the garden, rooftop garden, with the tree started to growing matured, then it's quite a nice environment. Okay. Sorry. Okay, go back a bit. Okay, next. Okay, so this is a collection and recycling area where, like Uniqlo, they donate the clothes. Okay, so for the residents to pick and choose. Okay, then this is a workshop or so-called training area. Okay, this is the heritage where we can see the timber louvers was installed, and the ceiling is also cladded with timber. Okay, this is looking towards the airwell. Okay, then the tree of life courtyard. Okay, then from top, we want to create some garden effect over this side. Okay, this side. So we use grasscrete and then garden. So the timber that demolished of the old one, we use it over here to create the timber deck for the residents to hang around. Okay, then the car park. Okay, there's a short video presentation. You see that we did the animation with 3D animation, and then after that you see the completed building. You can see we quite appreciate MBPP or the state government give us full hand to design without much interference. Then we have, you can see the original intended design and the completed, not much of changes. Okay. This is a 3D animation. This is the completed building. Okay, then we go to the next topic where in order to reduce the disturbance or reduce the maintenance cost of the building, so everything we work towards the so-called triple, this is not a totally triple net zero, it's a towards triple net zero. So the triple net zero concept is we try to minimize the energy usage, try to minimize the water wastage, and also zero of the waste. That means we recycle all this back to the end user or the building. Okay, of course, how we achieve it is actually, of course, first thing, we have this solar panel as the energy supply for the building. So we don't rely too much on the TMB supply. And then we created the ventilated, cross-ventilated area with vent block and jack roof, etc. Then also motion sensor and LED lighting. So what we achieve is 71% of net lettable area of daylighting, meaning we bring in lights to the space. We don't rely on the artificial lighting. And then also 80% of external view for the residents. Then also 60% of the renewable generated from the renewable energy. Okay, so surprisingly, with such a crowd of about 60 over street citizens staying in the building, the electricity bill for this one is actually 100 plus only. So it's quite minimum for such a big building to me. Okay, so this is what we have achieved. Okay, then we have more than 60% of energy saved. So this is the consumption. So solar panel installed on the pitched roof area. Okay, then the second, towards the second one is the net zero water. Okay, how we do it is actually, of course, we harvest the rainwater, okay, for this water tap, WC flushing, irrigation, etc. So we have small tanks here and there because of the heritage building. We have pitched roof. So the pitched roof water from the rainwater from the pitched roof will be collected to this small tank, and then filter it. Then we use it. So yeah. Then the second, then also the rainwater harvesting system from sorry. Of course, this is the dual flushing WC, the water efficient shower head, etc. So the small tank is for the heritage area. The big tank is installed on the new building, okay, to collect the water, the rainwater. Okay, and this is a bit tricky part where we want to recycle the grey water. Okay, and we recycle in such a way that grey water from this basin, whatever, then we filter it, 2 layers of filtration, and then filter it, and then another layer of filtration become drinking water. Okay, I know it sounds a bit, but I tried before, it was okay. Okay, this is actually put it outside at the compound. So anyone want to drink water, they can try, you know. Okay, okay. The first layer of filtration is actually by a professor from USM. Then the second layer is actually technology from Germany. So actually they tested overseas, you know. Okay. Okay, then we also install this Internet of Things, IoT. This one is more like a system where we monitor the power usage, meaning if any overusage or any leaking of the electricity, whatever, it will give signal or to the center. Okay, then also the air quality, it will kind of like monitor the temperature and humidity of the building. Then also the water, whether any leaking to the WC or whatever, then will be monitored as well. Okay. Okay, then we go into SDG. Okay, this is one thing good about this thing is we are not designing to preserve. We are not just designing a building, but we are designing building for the end user of homeless. So this is a bit quite holistic and yeah, and how we achieve a good SDG, we score 8 numbers of SDG. Okay, the first one, okay, this is more like a bit more on the human touch. Okay, the first one is actually no poverty. So the JKN will try to give them skill of, to give them job matching. Okay, maybe some, something like car wash service or pop-up market, okay, and then maybe some jobs in the public toilets, okay. Then the second one is also, the second one is no hunger, where food are properly distributed, okay, and the food are actually quite well prepared and actually Penang, especially Penang, Georgetown, we have so-called some hotel. Sometimes the hotel will also leftover buffet food will be given to the homeless people to eat. So these are quite a proper food lah, and proper place for them to sit. Okay. Okay, and then the next one is the wellness of the people. So JKN on and off, they did this medical checkup for them. So to make sure their well-being of their life and health. Okay, then healthcare services or whatever, Then of course the environment created, we have a lot of bushes, trees or whatever. So it gives the more oxygen with the residents. Okay. Then we also give some education and workshop and skill training for them. Not just giving them the place to sleep, okay? So we can conduct skill training. Okay, then this one is more on the clean water, okay? Like I explained just now, we have this recycling of grey water as well and rainwater harvesting, okay. Then the clean energy, we have this solar panel, censorship, whatever, and cross ventilation. So the whole building, we don't need aircon, okay. Then this one is more on the proper shelter for them, and then handicap accessible ramp and pavement guide, and then composite bin, dormitory as a shelter, and then convenient access to the public. In front is actually public, this bus stop before going to the Komta bus terminal. I think a lot of you have, I don't know whether you have been to Penang Komta terminal, bus terminal. Before that is full of these homeless people, So now reduce. Of course, we can't really do it like 100%, but the reduction is quite substantial. Then we create the green, and then the air well, for the ventilation, etc. Okay, I personally always like this photo. The reason is, of course, you can see the whole building of it. Actually, in front as well. But I like it because there's an old lady walking through alone. So this is a place where we can cater for anyone in needs, especially the lonely people even. So yeah, that's all. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Ui. I think it was indeed an interesting take on how really culture, area and heritage unfold within a context kind of environment, especially being within the vicinity of heritage area. Okay, so I mean, all of you can add on to your to-do list in Penang to try that filtered water sometimes, yeah? Maybe not for me, but I don't know. Maybe for you guys, yeah? All right, now we have arrived to the Q&A session. I believe a lot of you might have a lot of questions. I would like to invite the moderator for this session, Architect Muhammad Zulhimli bin An, and also to invite again Architect Johnny Uy to the stage. So as we open the floor for any question, when you, you can have the microphone. I think it will be passed on. Please state your name and where you are from before asking the question. So I think it would be better for networking as well, so we can know you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, good afternoon, morning everyone. Still morning. Architect Johnny, thank you for sharing your two projects with us. I think both projects are very beautifully crafted by you.
Okay,
congratulations. Now, I think just to get the questions rolling, let me start by asking you first about your Filia Resort. Recently, Dato' Ajida working on one project where he wants to bring back the use of timber.
Okay.
So when he discussed with the engineer say, no, I don't know how to calculate the structure for timber. Did you have the same problem when you're working with Filia Resort? And how did you overcome that issue if you had?
Hello. Okay. This one we also facing the same issue because I guess timber structure construction is actually quite rare, except the old days of kampong houses. But the log that we use is quite strong in a sense. So what we do is actually we ask the contractor to build up a sample house. We test it on human skill. And structurally, I also asked the engineer, he said he can only calculate the RC or steel structure, but then timber is something new to him. So, but we have tested and also we also learned a bit from so-called Russian log supplier. Okay, and they have done it a few projects overseas. So this is how we end up doing it. Yeah,
thank you. For those of you who are interested, recently when I was in Seoul, I met with an engineer from Romania, and she told me that in Europe they have this expertise. Their engineers are very well versed in using timber, and they can do the calculation. So if any of you are interested, you need to find engineers who can calculate the strength of timber. You can contact me, I will connect you to that person. Okay. Okay, now, is there any question from the floor? Let's start with the Filia Resort first, yeah? Haji Arman, yeah, you have a question?
Good morning. My name is Samsul Arman from Anwar Aziz Architect. In fact, that was my first one intended question on the timber structure issue because there's always the argument between us as designers and wanted to craft something interesting, and we always have this issue with the engineer. Okay, a part of the loading, whatever thing, but on the Filia, okay. On authority side, it always wanted, okay, submit the structure calculation whatsoever. And with this specific project, is it the Hang Tuah Jaya, Majlis Perpenduduk Hang Tuah Jaya have give a special leeway because of or whatever, or how do you overcome this? Can I also ask the second on the night shelter together? Yeah. Okay, and also on the night shelter project, it was a really great, beautiful, crafted design. Congratulations. I understand that you were mentioned just now, the intended budget was 5 million. So I would like to know what was the final construction cost and included all the fittings. We talk about solar panels. We talk about all the different. We all know the solar panels are always expensive. Plus all the grey water filtration system, which a lot of time we wanted to do, but because of all the other fitting add up, the client always said, just forget about it. So you would like to share with us? Thanks a lot.
Okay. Yeah, actually, for this Madrid, actually, when we talked to at that time, actually this building started in 2008. Okay, and then at that time we tried to talk to the Madrid. So he agreed that there won't be any like so-called calculation or RC structure on the log chalet. Okay, so what we do is we just ask the engineer to draw based on our architectural drawing, then do some endorsement on the drawing. So they still want somebody to be liable. So the endorsement part is important. Whereas other building where structure, RC column, whatever is involved, then of course RC drawing will be provided lah. Okay, then the second question on the cost involved. Okay, the budget of 5 million, we managed to get the cost, the total cost until now is 4.2 something million, still less than 5 million. So yeah, amazing part is because we try to utilize, actually if you, besides some timber, louvers and cladding, other finishes we try to control to minimum. Okay, and then we try to recycle, reuse of even the timber, garden timber cladding, flooring. We use back the original one to use it, and of course we have some sponsorship by certain supplier lah, but that one not much, but everything all in 4.2 something only. Yeah.
Okay, we can take further question. Architect Pechai.
The issue of the bomba, if there's any issue?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our building is actually a log cabin by itself, block by block, except the semi-D where we have the so-called center staircase. So what we do is we use the certain kind of paint to overcome the bomba requirement on the staircase. But other than that, it's okay. They don't have any issue. And we tested. Yeah, we tested. We show them how long it will spread. How many hours it can block the fire to another unit. So,
meaning it's performance based, is it? You actually did some
somehow,
tests?
yeah, we test it and then we show it to bomba officer. But luckily they are quite open to this new way of construction. Yeah.
I'm also quite interested to know this timber, whether you treat the timber before the construction, and how do you continue to maintain the timber?
Yeah. If you notice the timber, okay, the log itself, actually we cut a bit of small portion recess in. Actually, when we treat it, we want to make sure the chemical is actually treated the whole log of the log itself, rather than just treat the outside. So when we soak into the chemical, it actually give protection to the whole log. Yeah.
Whether the whole log is being soaked into the
the treatment, yes,
whole
yes,
thing.
yes, before we install. Okay. And then if you've been into the resort, internally we also don't see any cable. Okay, so everything is we use something to kind of like cover it up lah, you know. Yeah. Okay. Actually, they also you see the original one, the log house is, the log cabin is not as red. But the treatment, they do treatment, frankly, they do treatment. Then it started to change a bit of the color. Yeah.
Okay, we can take some more questions here. Datuk, please.
Johnny, just about the treatment. So the treatment is done in situ or in the factory or somewhere?
Before they deliver to the site, before we install, we did the treatment before that. Yeah.
Exactly in the factory, before deliver to the site. Not the Russia, actually Malaysia. They treat it. Yeah.
Okay, we have time for more questions. Anyone? Yes, Haji, yeah.
I noticed that all the locks are very finely rounded, and because you have all the tongue and groove system,
yes.
so is that every single thing has been pre-labeled the numbers before the installation, because inside is also totally, there's everything, the whole lock is as it is. So I would assume that there's not much gap between the lock. So everyone has been properly numbered, and also that make sure that all the sizes are all perfectly matches.
Yes. Actually, we measure before we cut into that round shape thing. Yeah. So you have to kind of like, actually building this log house is actually like building a cabinet. The concept of it is the same exactly. So it's just that this is to house human being rather than like cabinet for other things. Yeah.
Can I add in some more? Actually, for the lock, actually, it look like a Lego, no? Same when the contractor or the supplier, they look at, they refer to our drawing, then they will measure on the drawing what's the length of the lock. So actually, the custom made the length of the lock based on the drawing exactly. Then only they will put in place aside. Okay. So you like Lego, you can assembly, and then after that, even though the lock house was built, but later on, if you want to dismantle and reassembly again, also can. No issue on that.
Yeah, actually,
it's a Lego.
Yeah. We tested that before. I mean, we dismantle and then we still can put it back too. But if there is a gap, actually the lock on top of each other, actually we do have some glue to kind of like combine them together. So if the gap is a bit too big, then we use what do you call that? Sealant. Sealant.
Actually, you look at the lock itself. You see, it's around. When you cut it, when you look at the picture, right, the lock below the lock, actually you cut it into half, right? So actually, the shape when you lock it together, right? Actually, you can't see a gap. It's actually matching each other. Okay, then you see on the design, right, when the rain going in, actually the rain cannot go in because actually it's round. When the rain actually splashing to the lock itself, actually you will drip down, or actually prevent from the rain going in, the shape of the lock.
Okay, let's go to Penang.
Okay.
This, the project that you have done, you mentioned is under category 2.
Yes.
And you have to maintain the airwell.
Yes.
Other than that, what can and cannot be done for category 2? Maybe you can share with our audience.
Okay. Category 2 building, if is let's say if not in the not on the core zone, we have some flexibility. Okay. Meaning like something like because like for example, the staircase, actually we can modify the location of it to comply to the bomba requirement. This is allowed by this unit warisan, for the bomba compliance. And then airwell, of course, the airwell location have to maintain as it is. We cannot do anything to that airwell, but the wall, because especially a lot of old houses, shop houses, they use timber. So all this actually we can modify to brick or even RC floor. And this RC floor, but we have to clad with, top have to clad with timber flooring, below have to clad with timber ceiling. Okay, and the roof profile, you have to maintain it, that you can't change. And then if has been modified with this metal roofing, have to change it back to terracotta. But if it's core zone, basically you can't do much. You know, you have to maintain kind of like perfectly to the original. And then even you want to paint nowadays, if you want to paint the external, you still have to submit for approval. This is how strict in the core zone. Yeah.
So, okay, thank you. If you don't mind, if I can ask a question to Emily. So you have seen the project in Penang?
No, from the pictures.
Okay, yeah,
Johnny has
from
shown
the picture,
earlier,
fine.
yeah.
And you seen the video?
Sorry.
Okay, I just want interested. If you any of your product you think that can be maybe applied in the project there,
Okay.
and which one and what are the technical properties?
Okay. Because I understand from Johnny, architect Johnny Hui, is actually the project's base is the materials are wood materials, and we do have some self-leveling product that is actually can apply over the wood finishing. Yeah. So with that leveling product that may help in your project or other projects to have more selection when it comes to finishing, that you don't have like a limit that you must use certain finishing over the flooring or maybe for the wall or even for the staircase. Yeah, you have mentioned. We do have some product that you can use it to adhere. Some chemical product that you can actually use over the wood surfaces. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Can take some more questions from the floor? Anyone? Okay.
Sorry, my name is Kamal from Kacha Architect. Coming back to the Filia and Spa project, you explained a bit about the technicality of the timber. Can I ask why did you buy from Russia, right? And give us a rough costing of what it is, what it costs, and did you have any trouble with the customs when you bring it in? Thank you.
Okay. This thing. Okay. To be we have to talk a bit about the background of the developer. Actually, this group of people, they are not really into development line. Okay, at that time lah. Okay, then they are so-called timber related. They have timber related business. So they have supply so-called wood to overseas, but they also have this connection with this pine wood from Russia. There's some connection. They have business there. So then the owner they really like the European or overseas log house cabin. So they have this so-called supply. They have huge supply from Russia. Then they ask us to look into the possibility of doing something here. Okay. Then of course the license to import whatever, actually we were not involved, but what we know, of course, they have this license to import it in. Okay, what we know is actually we cannot import a raw pine wood in. It have to be somehow treated before import in. Any raw material, actually what I know actually especially trees or whatever cannot be raw.
So it was standardized lah.
Yeah.
It was standardized prior.
Yes.
Right. I don't want to keep it too long. Roughly, how much is a single chalet?
Okay, the whole development at that time, it was built 2008. The whole development they spent about
200 million. 200 million.
Yeah, almost 200 million.
Yeah.
200 million for
the whole thing.
Yes, the whole thing.
Coming down to scale, what is the cost?
66 chalet.
One single chalet. How much is one single chalet?
66.
Roughly.
About 300,000.
300,000. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take more questions. Anyone from the top? Any questions?
Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm from FCT Architect. Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Just a quick questions on the about the Category 2 zoning in Penang, Georgetown.
Right.
Right. Zone 2, as far as I know, most of the houses there were categorized as housing. So how flexible is that for MBPP to accept change of use for the building for Category 2?
Okay.
And last question is about your night shelter. Now, it's very nice, the building, right? I'm pretty sure all of us here, when we next visit to Penang, all of us will go there and have a look. Now, the thing is, this is a shelter house for the homeless. How can public access to that place, and how can we visit, or we cannot? Because it's like those residents there, they also need privacy. It's just like you're living in a house, there's a lot of people right outside your gate, you won't feel comfortable, right? So they don't want to be viewed as a, the animal in the cage in the zoo, right? Like everyone go there and stand and look at it. So how can we access to that place?
Okay. Thanks, Amanda. Okay. Penang, Georgetown area. Okay, I know a lot of houses, so-called buildings are so-called shop houses or even normal houses. But Penang State Government has zoned the whole Georgetown area, I would say majority of it, to commercial zoning. So commercial zoning, any building inside that Georgetown area, even the core zone or buffer zone, all can do with commercial. So a lot of a lot of like budget hotel or boutique hotel, whatever, they don't have to like specially apply whatever to change of use because it's already commercial zoning. But the thing is, we have to make sure whatever building that we intended to do have to comply all the technical requirement. So at first, previously is even more strict. When Heritage Department, they want to control everything according to the original, okay, and always contradicting with the Bomba requirement where you have to have protected staircase, RC, whatever. So in the end, Heritage Department kind of like in a way lah, to allow the Bomba requirement to take place first, then secondary on the heritage requirement. But then Georgetown itself is actually most of the building, the whole zone is all commercial. So even now, actually Penang State Government, because this heritage zone area, because we some of them is actually allow you to 2-story or maybe the most is 5-story. So a lot of developer or even the landowner complain. So cannot maximize the plot ratio of 5 because Penang plot ratio normally is 5 lah, So they say they have this property in Georgetown become a losing end because of cannot maximize it. So now state government allow the so-called owner to transfer the plot ratio of that unused plot ratio to somewhere else. So to encourage the development or the owner to refurbish their heritage building. So this is the step that state government willing to give in. Yeah. So you have this plot ratio can be transferred outside your site. Yeah. Then the second question is the night shelter whether can be accessible. Okay, this building is a public building. Okay, anyone is welcome to have a look, to go in, even you can pretend to be a homeless, doesn't matter. Okay, just a joke lah, But it's okay, it is open. The ground floor, as you can see, the ground floor, especially the dining area, is actually open. We don't have any door or grill because we want to make the environment welcome for anyone or everyone. But of course, the privacy of the dorm on level 2 is restricted in a way, you know, we cannot simply walk. But if you go in and then you can talk to them, you know, want to have a look, they were willing to bring you around, no issues. Okay, JKN is there full time. Okay, so homeless or no homeless, anyone can just walk in. Okay, I think Dato has been there. I think he has seen the site and it is actually open now, you know. No gate, no door to barricade from anyone to be there. Yeah, so it's actually a welcoming space for everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Adrenta here. Well, I'm from Penang. I've been there not as a homeless, but pretend to become homeless. Why? Because I need the experience, not only about the building, but again, the conclusion is about architecture, is about for societies. So, the visit recently, one of the finalists of the one award, I cannot declare now. So Night Shelter, one of the finalists. Today, we're not only talking about heritage and conservation. Actually, a lot of dimensions. I think everybody noticed that. Not only about conservation, heritage, green building index, you know, but a lot more beyond that. Even though Night Shelter is silver award for PAM this year, but it's still gold for our heart.
Thank you, Dato.
Yeah, for our heart. A lot of things to discuss. I hope that everyone encourage, whenever you go to Penang, come and drop by, but not only go and observe the building, but bring something to these people. You know, I went there without your notice that. I brought the foods and everything, but for me, as an architect, this is our obligation towards society. But this building, I just want to ask you, perhaps you can share to our members on behalf of PAM.
Okay.
Of course, I discussed with Datuk Zul just now, is it possible you can submit to Agahan Awards? Because the requirement's not more than what? How many years? 12 years? Not more than 12 years, especially in Malaysia. Try. You just give a try.
Okay,
that's my recommendation.
Thank you.
But I want you to tell to all our members, besides your challenges, your journey with your team, what is your encouragement to us? Because this project, for me personally, it opened eye for many stakeholders, especially architecture regards with authorities. You know, you have proven with the state government, with the Jabatan Kebajikan Penang. Beyond that, you know, because we want to have this link with especially the policymakers, you know, inspire them how far this model can go beyond, not only in Penang, but the whole Malaysia. Can you share something to us?
Okay. Thank you, Dato. Okay, when we first get this so-called intention by the state government of the building, we think this is quite a holistic idea where we have a proper place for the forgotten homeless people lying around the street. Okay, and we want to, that's why we set our own goals, you know, beside the heritage, beside the what, we want to revitalizing them, you know, we want to make them inclusive in the society rather than being left out or being looked down by the public along the street. So they have a proper place to get together, you know, to learn new skill, to improve themselves, okay, and you know, as architect, we know, we shape the life of human being, you know, not just about the end user, but also we are kind of like responsible for the society to create a better place for everyone, you know, even the unfortunate one, you know. So that's why when we get this project, we started to look into all the spaces will be beneficial for them, okay, and you know, improve their life skill and make them feel like they are part of the society rather than left out, you know. So this model is good that not just for Penang, I believe anywhere in the country, you know, we also need places like that. Okay, so this will be a model, I guess, hopefully a good model for everyone to learn. Then we, of course, keep improving. Then future, maybe elsewhere, you know, maybe, yeah, to have the similar project and center for them. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I like to go back to Filia.
Okay.
Okay. So in project like Filia Resort and Spa, where your design emphasizes biophilia and harmony with the natural surrounding. So my question is to Emily on the Archidex, Ardex products, not Archidex, sorry. So how does Ardex ensure material complements such eco-conscious architectural projects, you know, while still maintaining the performance? Okay, that's my question.
Okay.
And also, secondly, I wish Ardex can continue, you know, sponsoring PAM on projects or talks that relates to the conservation. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for thank you for the question. Okay. So when it comes to the ecosystem that it will help in the sustainability in a way of either is a heritage conservation building projects or even new build projects, because our company is global, international companies, where I think for Southeast Asia or even for some European countries, their materials use, the structure will be still, some will be still in the wood finishing. So as I mentioned, we are a global company, and we do have the technology and the knowledge on when it comes to a product design. This will be not just cater for concrete floor, you know. It will be actually can be suit for different various of materials when it comes to a renovation job or construction projects, yeah. And this will be a goal for a sustainability drive. So definitely we will come out, the product design will be actually more eco-friendly, and it will actually also helps to in this area. And yeah, so I suppose we have a product that is just the product that we are supplied to the market. But we also see we need to contribute in a way in this sustainability drive to the whole construction market. Yeah.
Emily, maybe to be more specific, the main issue when we are building with timber is fire. Yeah. So I was just wondering whether Ardex have any product. You mentioned you have about 2,500 products worldwide. Whether you have any fire retardant product that probably could be applied in timber to make timber less combustible and more acceptable. Because in Europe, you know, in America, they are building in timber now. And high-rise can go up to 18 stories in timber. So maybe you can share some knowledge of this, if you have any?
Not at this point of time, but I will try to get more information from our colleagues. Yeah, usually because our materials is that is commonly used is underneath of the covering finishing. So when it comes to a fire rated certification or safety fire COC, it may not be a direct to our product, but yet I believe there will be have some product where you need this fire rated grade when it comes to a renovation or construction projects. Yeah, yeah. I can find out more Yeah.
Thank
then
you.
I will
That means
share
you're
with
coming
you.
back. You're coming back to PAM, right?
Yeah, definitely. This will be the plan, you know? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions from the floor? I think we have like 10 more minutes. Anybody have any more questions? If none, Johnny, maybe you can share with us, before you actually started construction, you have to do your submission, whether you have to do any heritage impact assessment, dilapidation report. Maybe you can share that scope?
Okay. Okay. This project, night shelter project, is a bit unique in a way that the project is actually the building owner and the land owner is under MPPP. Normally, we need to submit planning permission or so-called DO in KL, right? In Penang, we call it planning permission. But for MPPP project, we don't need planning permission. We can straight away submit the building plan. Okay, of course, we also need to have this heritage consultant to submit the heritage report. But this submission report will do, and they will give the so-called approval, and then we can start the construction. So MPPP, of course, you may think is a bit biased, but then, of course, building owner is them. So they normally will vet through whatever design or whatever things that we drawn, they are acceptable lah. Then Dato Banda or SU will be signing the plan. Yeah. So we also have this heritage consultant for the project. Yeah.
Maybe I can add more on this. Actually, MPP also required a conservator for these buildings. So the conservator actually they did a HAPS report, what we call the historical architectural building survey. So the conservator, they will identify from ground, floor, wall, columns, slab, roof, okay, structure, whether the element should be make goods, okay, replace, remove. So, and also the conservator also, they will do all the testing like the timber testing, okay, they have to do the what we call the lime testing analysis, dilapidation also, okay, and also if let's say the wall, we have to do some what we call the cocoon treatment, okay, to dissort the salt inside the wall, and then all these things. So the HAPS report will tell what to do, okay. Then we will follow the HAPS to do it accordingly. Thanks.
Okay, any more questions from the floor? Yeah.
That monitors the submission.
Yeah.
In Malacca we have. In
Yeah.
Malacca.
Penang we also
Under
have.
conservasi.
We have this TRP. Yeah. Technical review panel, and then formed by, of course, NGOs and as well as professionals, engineer, architect as well. Yeah. So that, yeah. Right. But Penang we have this heritage department to assess all these things, and then any approval normally will table in this TRP meeting for their confirmation. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, just want to ask Emily one more time on is there any conservation project that you ADEX have involved in Singapore, because your regional office is in Singapore, right?
Okay, yeah, we did one that is actually near to Punggol Coast. That is a conservation building where we actually supply the wall finishes where there is a lime cement. that yeah, that is it will help to those sea environment area, the prevent the corrosion. Yeah, and we also supplied some repair mortar, you know, like some. It's more to a structured repair mortar material that to restoration on some area that the spalling concrete areas. Yeah, we do have that system and the solution for that kind of project also. Yeah. Yeah.
Haji Arman, you have a question? Okay, just this is first time I heard about the term of conservator, so there's something interesting to know. So meaning that on the night shelter, the front portion where is the existing building, meaning that in terms of the wall finishes, the selection of timber and what type of everything to be used, the architect also will need to get the consent approval from the conservator, this or they will give you the spec and you use it, or how is it actually? How was the actual process?
Penang, we do have this heritage guideline. It spells out clearly how we handle those issues. So we of course, like just now we have shown you one of the tender drawing that we given to the contractor is all how we tackle all the problem. Yeah, so the guideline is clearly spelled out, like the portion of the sand and the lime, whatever, everything is well recorded and yeah.
For example, like what we will work together with the conservator, okay? Because the conservator actually is appointed by the contractor, okay? Yeah. We condition such a way that we want the contractor to take the scope of the conservator, so they will appoint the conservator. So when the conservator, they will do 3 reports. One is the pre-construction report. The second will be the during construction, and the third one will be the post-construction, to monitor the whole conservation works. Okay. So then when like talking about the wall itself, actually, for heritage, one of the good thing for the heritage wall, actually, it can breathe. Actually, it's cooling the whole buildings. It's a green wall. To me, it's a green wall because they're using lime plaster and with clay. Okay, actually, can let the wall breathe. Okay, so in order to respect the heritage, actually, we need to reinstate back the lime plaster and the lime wash paint. Okay, so that we can make the wall breathing. Even though you see we are constructing a new column, but we didn't demolish the wall. We will keep the wall to be lime plaster. Okay, thanks.
I think I'll allow one last question, if any, from the floor. Yes.
Okay. 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 When before we actually to be frank, Malacca Council, they are quite happy with our proposal in a way that they feel like this resort will bring a lot of tourists to the area. And although it's a so-called green belt of Malacca, we did actually, to be frank, before we submit, we did a lot of presentation. We tell them actually with this log chalet hotel, you don't see any concrete jungle. We try to put back trees and which the log itself, you see over the years, it actually blend in well with the forest trees. So it make the whole environment, even now, if you look from sky, you see the whole thing is still quite a green area. So this is what we promise to local authority. And one good thing is the developer willing to plant a lot of trees. They spend a lot, 200 million of, at that time is a huge investment. So beside the log itself, the tree, the whatever planted, they spend a lot. So make the whole environment, and the tree that we planted is not like unmatured one, you know. A lot of them is quite mature in the sense that we don't have to wait long to grow. So as you see now, of course it has been like 15 years, whatever, but the whole environment, it looks really green. At that, the EI, okay, we before the whole submission, we did a project presentation and briefing to the local authority, and the state government actually called in all the technical department for the presentation, you know. So because they want to bring in this investment in, so then technically we solve individually, you know, all the technical department. Yeah. Approval, I remember it's quite a short period, the whole approval. I can't remember.
The approval, it takes about 2 months. 2 months. Actually, it was approved by Majlis Perbadaran Hang Tuah Jaya.
Hang Tuah Jaya.
Hang Tuah Jaya. It was approved by Alo Gajah. Then after that, they transferred to Hang Tuah.
Something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all we have for our question and answer session.
There was one, right? Yeah.
Just one question, but it's an open question. So because we have this one project site, it's right next to the Tapak Warisan. It's been classified. But it's the same owner, the Tapak Warisan owner, and the empty land next to it is the same owner. In the Tapak Warisan, the structure, the building wall, is right at the boundary. So for our case like this one, what is the guideline, if there is any, or the rules? Because the Tapak Warisan, there are some conditions to it, but our side, this empty land is not Tapak Warisan.
Yours
It's
is
just
in
next to
Penang,
it.
right? Is it in Penang?
No, this one is in KL.
Oh, in KL. Okay.
So based on your experience, anything you can offer, like advice, how do we deal with this?
Okay, KL guideline, I'm not really familiar. I don't have much experience here. I guess anyone could maybe answer better than me, you know.
But in my opinion, actually, when you deal with the heritage, you have to respect to the heritage, even you are not in the core zone or whatever Tapak Warisan. So when you design the building, maybe you have to respect to the heritage, like you have to stagger. You cannot just build a 5-story high of the building. Maybe you have to stagger, like the front, you build 2-story, subsequently you build 3-story, and then you stagger up. So you will respect the streetscape also. So actually, heritage, they are not only looking for the core zone, actually they're looking for, actually from far away, when you see, well, maintain the streetscape and maintain the heritage. Thanks.
Okay, I want to bring this session to a close. Please help me to thank our speaker and also our sponsor, Miss Emily. Yep. And I thank you all for staying. I pass it back to our MC.